2 of Diluting Al-Wala Wal-Bara, part of the Right Belief series, the Unveiled Trilogy, written by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. This book will focus on awakening the faith in a non-faith-centered world. Explained, broken down, and brought to you, unlike before, by Ustada lailanasheeba. Join us Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Sunnahfollowers.
Wa salam Allah wa Rasulullah. Welcome to our Aqidah class, and this is our class on diluting wala wal bara. And I'm gonna make this kind of quick because my mind is all over the place now. But we've been speaking about the Fitrah, the human soul, and the Fitrah. Remember, we talked about how the soul is kept up there, where only where Allah knows. And then when a woman gets pregnant, Allah will have the angels take such and such soul and breathe it into that womb. And we talked about how once the soul has been breathed into the body of the infant comes into the world innocent. That's the word I use, but I think y'all understand. Uneducated. It comes in the world innocent, not knowing anything except that it knew it was up there with the law. Now we're going to take it to the next level. As the child grows, that Fitrah, which was that inner light of the soul, it leaves the soul and it goes to the heart. Y'all understand what I'm saying now? So once the soul has been placed in the human body, what was the Fitrah that was within the soul now attaches to the heart. So while that child is growing in your mother's womb, that Fitrah now moves. When his heart is developed, the Fitrah goes in there. Is this clear? I'm trying to take it slow so as not to confuse anyone. Is Mina here? Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Yes. So the soul is now, while the baby's in that womb growing, the Fitrah, which is that part of the soul that craves Allah, now moves to the heart. The child is born into the world. The child is innocent. Its parents teach them whatever. We went through all that yesterday. When that child reaches the age of puberty, two things happen. Number one, Allah attaches a jinn. And as I told you guys yesterday, I didn't want to go into detail. I just told Mina yesterday, to the heart. The jinn is assigned to the heart, not the soul, the heart. And that jinn hoovers around in your heart. It knows your strengths. It knows your weaknesses. But out of the mercy of Allah, Allah also assigns an angel to the heart. So you have an angel assigned to your heart, and you have
another mirror.
Somebody deal with that. You have an angel assigned to the heart, and you have a jinn assigned to the heart. The Fitrah is in the heart. The angel whispers and tries to guide you to do what's good, to do what's clean, to do what's pleasing to Allah. Whereas the jinn whispers into the heart to try to get you to give in to the desires of the soul. So the angel basically is calling you to the fitrah within the heart. And the jinn is telling you to follow your soul. So you know how you hear people say, follow your heart. When we say follow your heart, that's the fitrah that recognize the truth, that recognize what's good, what's clean, and is craving to be back in the presence of Allah. But oftentimes, instead of following our heart, we follow our soul. The soul is completely criminal now. Y'all understand? Am I breaking this down? Because once that fitrah leaves the soul and attaches to the heart, the soul is nothing but criminal, attracted to nothing but what's bad and dirty, as Allah says in the Quran. He says the human soul is criminal by nature. It's attracted to those things that will destroy it. That fitrah is in the heart. The heart is good and clean. Y'all see that? Does this make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to put the PowerPoint up and we're going to break it down more from his book. But that basically is what Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd is saying in pages 33. Was it 33? No, 36 through 38. Is that it? 36 to 38. We're talking about the things that can destroy the fitrah. So let me put the PowerPoint up. And for you guys I opened up one. I'm so messed up. Wait a minute. Didn't I open up a thing here for y'all on let me do it again. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, for the people on with Zoom, I'm gonna share y'all to what is this? My Twitter. Hold on, let me. Okay. Share. Where's Twitter? This me? Oh God. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I click on this, right? Yeah. Okay, that's Twitter. Okay, and now for the rest of you, everybody else, let me put the PowerPoint up. Oh Lord. You know, the Lahi, the Lehi, Rajun. Hold on, it's just, he would come and sit right here while I'm doing this class. Okay, hold on, let me just go into this and go back here. There's the PowerPoint. Let me take everything down too. All right, let me make it big screen. Okay, and go back to here. Oh, Dr. Asim keeps messaging me. Come on, I'm doing a class. Okay, so this is what we'll be covering today, pages 36 through 38. We're going to speak about the soul and the fitrah's new home. The fitrah's new home is now the heart. The fitrah is no longer that light within the soul. When it was placed in the body of a human being, it attached to the heart. So that's the light of your heart now. Okay? And let's talk about it. Okay? And the relationship between the soul and the heart. This is a pivotal spiritual journey that
you're not moving on Zoom. You just
I got it. I'm sorry. Okay. Relationship between the soul. Oh God. And the heart. This is okay. We should move now. Okay. The relationship between the soul and the heart is pivotal in our spiritual journey. As human beings, we're going to always be caught between the two of them, struggling either following the whispers of that angel to do what's good from the heart, or the whispers from the jinn to follow the soul. So this is what we call in Arabic jihad an-nafs, or the struggle between the self, the struggle between the soul. And Ibn Qayyim, and by the way, Ibn Qayyim was one of the early scholars. He was the student of Ibn Taymiyyah. He wrote a beautiful book, which I've taught you guys already. I've gone into detail about the soul with you before. This is from his book. He expresses, and goes into detail about how we're always caught between that heart and that soul. The heart is always craving the attention and that relationship with Allah, whereas the soul acts as a barrier, preventing the heart from attaining that closeness to Allah. And the heart, it's got that light in it, and that personal jinn assigned to the heart, he sees it. He sees that light. He watches it flicker. He can see when that light in your heart is strong, and he can see when it dims. And so, oh God, this man. So your personal jinn finds it easy to attack you through your heart, because by getting through the heart, he's getting to your soul. Okay? And this is why I tell you guys, Iblis, who is the father of the jinn, Iblis doesn't have to waste his time with you or me. We're peasants. Your personal jinn takes care of you. Iblis has his eye on bigger fish. He's trying to take down the true scholars. He's trying to take down the people who's keeping the people on the right path. Your personal jinn is an ally of Iblis, and your personal jinn handles you. So I want to specify that, because a lot of you from African culture, y'all put too much emphasis on the jinn. The jinn, ain't thinking about you. You got your personal jinn to contend with. The ifrit that come out, the big jinn, they dealing with the people of knowledge. They trying to take down the people of the truth. They ain't wasting their time on you. Your personal jinn can handle you. And again, Islam teaches us that every person has a soul and every person has a heart. The soul is the inner self, and the heart is the center of your spiritual consciousness. The soul is easily tempted through desires and pleasures. The soul is attracted to sex. It's attracted to drugs. It's attracted to anything that's bad and dirty because of the curious nature of it. Remember, the soul was in this place kept by Allah all these centuries. So it's curious to this world. Everything here is new to it. So it wants to try the drugs. It wants to try to have sex. It wants to do all those things that it couldn't do up there, because those things didn't exist up there. Okay? And as an enemy of Allah, your personal jinn will do everything in its power to lead you away from the path of righteousness. Your personal jinn will corrupt your soul by giving you bad thoughts, causing you to argue, to fight against the people of knowledge. Your personal jinn surrounds the soul with misleading influences like bad company, wrong beliefs, and sinful habits. And while the soul is engaging in all of that, the heart is different. The heart is still craving that company of Allah because it has that Fitrah in it. The heart, because of the Fitrah that's now in it, is always seeking the truth. That Fitrah is the inner light that guides the heart to what is good. But when the soul becomes corrupted and dominated by your personal jinn, It will tarnish that light within your heart, which is the Fitrah. And that's why Allah says that the only one that can save us from destruction of shaitan, our personal jinn, is Allah. That's why it's important for us as Muslims to stay and try to remember Allah as often as we can. Okay? And every time the soul becomes corrupted by committing a sin, it covers the heart's protective surface with a stain. And that's what the Prophet meant in that hadith when he says, every time we commit a sin, a black mark appears on the heart. And the more we commit sinning, the larger that spot becomes, until all the light is extinguished from it. Okay? So to protect ourselves from our personal jinn's influence, we have to be conscious of our actions. Be conscious of the choices we make in this world. We have to remember Allah as often as we can. Turn to Him for help. Turn to Him for guidance and strength. This is why it's important to never abandon your prayers, your salats, because those 5 daily prayers keep us connected to Allah. And by developing that connection with Allah, that's the only way we can become powerful against our personal jinn. Y'all understand that? This is I'm trying to break down in plain, simple English what Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd has put here. Okay, because it can get very confusing.
It makes sense so far.
Okay, good. Okay, listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. For he who has transgressed all limits in disbelief and committing evil deeds and disobeying Allah, and who preferred the life of this world by following his evil desires, for that person, his home will be the hellfire. Here Allah is telling us, for those of us who give in to the desires of the soul, He's promising us we're going to have the hellfire. But for those of us who fear the day that we have to stand before Allah, and because of that fear, we restrain ourselves from giving into our desires. For those of us who do that, paradise will be our home. This is jihad an-nafs. This is the struggle between the soul and the heart. Every day of our life, once you reach the age of puberty, until you die, you're going to be fighting between the whispers of the soul and that little fitrah that's left in that heart. This is a constant battle. The soul attempting to win and the heart attempting to win. That jinn and that angel and always in conflict with each other. But again, the more we awaken the heart through prayer, through remembrance of Allah, through seeking knowledge, that's the main thing. Learning the deen, guys. Learning it correctly. I ain't talking about learning how to say alif ba ta. Learning Arabic ain't gonna help you with nothing. A lot of Arabs gonna be in hell. Ask Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab. Okay? And they spoke Fusha, the language of the Quran. These Arabs today don't. Okay, so all that Arabic ain't gonna help you. It's learning about your Lord, taking that those Quranic verses that y'all are memorizing and learning what those words mean and how to apply those meanings into your life. That's what's gonna save you. Everybody understand that? Aqidah, the classes I teach, all the classes that I teach at this website, these are the lectures and the knowledge that will save you. Politics ain't saving you. Secular knowledge ain't saving you. Arguing about the Bible ain't saving you. If anything, it's damning you, because you should know the Bible don't exist. Okay? It's Aqidah, Aqidah, Aqidah. Remember, none of your deeds are accepted unless your belief system is correct. And it'll take us all our lives to develop the correct belief system. It'll take you until you die to get to where those companions were. Okay? That's the ongoing spiritual journey that we embark upon in this world. So, knowledge of Allah, of his religion, of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how to perform the actions of worship the way Allah commanded. Like Dr. Jamali was saying, pray the way Allah taught us to pray. Pray the way the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam demonstrated the prayer to us. Worship Allah the way he legislated according to the example of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the only way your heart will become a beacon of guidance and virtue. And in turn, you'll develop love for Allah. You'll develop those other characteristics that better yourself, such as compassion, patience, gratitude, because the heart pushes you to that. But if you follow the soul, you'll be guided to arrogance. You'll be guided to thinking you're self-sufficient of Allah and all of that. So every day of our lives should be spent nurturing the heart, seeking Allah's forgiveness and guidance to overcome those desires of the soul. You brothers that can't stop smoking marijuana, you can stop if you wanted to. You got to stop giving power to your soul. You got to listen to your heart. Listen to the Fitrah in your heart and let that marijuana go. You know it's haram. I don't care what idiot on planet Earth in 2024 put a fatwa out telling you that marijuana is lawful. Can't nobody change the laws of Allah. Allah is clear. He said anything that intoxicates is haram. Haram, haram. That's it. Marijuana is an intoxicant. It's haram. I don't care what Sheikh Mufti come a dime a dozen told you. He's an idiot. You have to have the understanding of those companions. And as Umar said, anything that befogs the brain is an intoxicant and it's haram. Until we develop the understanding that those original companions had, you're going to be lost and you're not going to win the battle between the heart and the soul. So now let me go to a quiz. I want to give you guys a quiz. And today's quiz is just one question. When a person says, follow your heart, they are actually telling you to do what? To listen to what? Or to do what? Follow your heart.
Listen to that inner light that was placed there that the shaitan is trying to destroy.
Good job. And why is it so important to listen to that light?
Because that's the light that Allah has, that we had when we came here.
Exactly.
That can't be taken away.
MashaAllah. You got it, Fresno. You like this series, don't you? Girl, I can tell when something is of interest to my students because I mean to be into it. If it's something that she ain't interested in, she tunes it out. MashaAllah, exactly. So when you hear a person say, follow your heart, that's what we're saying. Follow the Fitrah. That Fitrah, that little Fitrah that's left over from when your soul was in paradise. That Fitrah, it's that little piece of light that's left over from your soul, that it attached to your heart. When you became a human being, when Allah put the soul in the body, When that heart developed in your mother's womb, the Fitrah moved from the soul to there. And it still is craving Allah. It wants the company of Allah. It knows what's good for it. It knows what's bad for it. It's striving to get that feeling it had when it was up there. Up there. It can't remember anything except I was in the presence of my Lord and it felt good. It was right. So follow your heart. Don't follow your soul. Everybody understand that? Okay, I'm going to stop right here.